Hey guys, welcome back to Small Doses of Insight. Today we're going to dive into the character of Jin Young-soon from the 2023 K-drama The Good Bad Mother. If you haven't seen the show yet, prepare yourself because we're about to unpack everything, and I mean everything, about her, including some heavy spoilers. So grab some popcorn and let's break down why Jin Young-soon is one of the most complex and interesting characters in recent K-dramas. Jin Young-soon is a fierce, determined woman who runs a small pig farm in a rural village. She's the kind of mom who's got this tough exterior, but deep down, she's all about that unconditional love for her son, Kang-ho. The title of the drama, The Good Bad Mother, really hits the nail on the head when it comes to her character. She's good, she's bad, and she's got layers like you wouldn't believe. From the get-go, you can tell that Jin Young-soon is carrying some serious emotional baggage. She's a widow, and since her husband passed away, she's been slowly focused on raising Kang-ho to be successful to the point of obsession. Her strict and at times harsh parenting style creates a complicated relationship with her son, which becomes a major theme throughout the drama. To really understand her, you gotta go back to her backstory. This is where the layers start peeling off. Young-soon's life hasn't been easy. She loses her husband under mysterious circumstances, and from that moment on, she becomes this driven, almost fanatical mother. The loss of her husband is a huge turning point, and it's like the moment she decides that she won't let her son fail no matter what it takes. Her husband's death isn't just a random tragedy, it's something that shapes her whole personality. She's dealing with this immense grief, but instead of breaking down, she channels all her energy into making sure Kang-ho becomes a prosecutor. Why a prosecutor, you might ask? Because she wants him to have power, to be in a position where he can never be hurt or be controlled like her husband was. The pain of her loss pushes her to become the bad mother that the title talks about. Now, about her parenting style, this is where Jin Young-soon's character gets controversial. She's what you'd call a tiger mom, but on steroids. She's strict to the point where it's almost painful to watch. She controls every aspect of Kang-ho's life, his diet, his education, even his social life. There's no room for fun or mistakes. It's all about discipline and perfection. But here's the thing, bro. It's not just about being strict for the sake of it. Jin Young-soon believes that this is the only way to protect her son from the harsh realities of the world. She's seen what happens when you're weak, and she's determined that Kang-ho will never be weak. In her mind, she's doing all of this out of love, even if it means making her son miserable in the process. It's like she's building this armor around him, but in doing so, she's also isolating him from the world and from her. Kang-ho grows up resentful and emotionally distant because of her methods. He doesn't understand why his mother is so hard on him, and this lack of understanding drives a wedge between them both. As the drama unfolds, we start to see the other side of Jin Young-soon, the good mother. This is where her character really starts to shine, showing that she's not just a one-dimensional strict parent. After Kang-ho has an accident that leaves him with the mental capacity of a child, Jin Young-soon is forced to confront the results of her extreme parenting. With her son now in a vulnerable state, she has to take on the role of a nurturing, caring mother in a way she's never done before. It's a complete 180 from how she was before, and it's heartbreaking to watch because you see the regret in her eyes. She starts to realize that all the things she pushed Kang-ho to do don't matter anymore. What matters now is his happiness and well-being. This shift is where Jin Young-soon's character really gets deep. She's not just some villainous mom who's getting her comeuppance. She's a woman who's realizing the mistakes she's made and is trying to make up for them. The drama does a great job of showing how she's grappling with guilt and the desire to make things right. One of the most powerful moments in the show is when Jin Young-soon decides to let go of her ambitions for Kang-ho. She stops forcing him to be something he's not and starts focusing on the simple joys of life, like making him laugh or cooking his favorite meals. It's like she's learning how to be a mother all over again, but this time, she's doing it right. Jin Young-soon's love for Kang-ho is the driving force behind everything she does, but it's not always straightforward. Her love is complex and filled with contradictions. She's both protective and suffocating, nurturing and harsh. This duality makes her character so intriguing. In the early episodes, it's easy to see her as the antagonist in Kang-ho's life. But as you learn more about her motivations and see the sacrifices she's made, it becomes clear that her actions, no matter how misguided, are rooted in love. She's willing to bear the burden of being the bad mother if it means her son will have a better future. But the tragedy of Jin Young-soon's character is that she doesn't realize the damage she's doing until it's too late. Her intentions were pure, but the execution was flawed. This is where the drama's title is so fitting. She's a good mother with bad methods. Kang-ho's accident is the catalyst for Jin Young-soon's transformation. Before the accident, she's stuck in her ways, unable or unwilling to see the harm she's causing. But when Kang-ho loses his mental competence, it's like the universe is forcing her to reassess everything. This is the moment where Jin Young-soon's character takes a huge leap forward. The accident strips away all the pretense and ambition, leaving her with nothing but her raw emotions. She can't rely on discipline or control anymore. She has to rely on love, pure and simple. Her journey from this point on is about redemption. She starts to see Kang-ho not as a project to be completed, but as her son, someone who needs love and care more than anything else. It's a tough transition for her, but it's one that she embraces fully, and in doing so, she becomes the good mother she always wanted to be, but didn't know how. Guilt is a major theme in Jin Young-soon's story. After Kang-ho's accident, she's racked with guilt over how she treated him growing up. Every time she sees him struggling, it's a reminder of all the times she pushed him too hard or didn't show him enough affection. The guilt is what drives her to be better, to try and make up for the past, but it's also what makes her character so tragic. No matter what she does, she can't change the past, and that knowledge haunts her. She's constantly trying to atone for her mistakes, but the weight of her guilt never really goes away. The drama does an amazing job of showing how this guilt affects her relationship with Kang-ho. Even though he's mentally regressed, there are moments where he shows flashes of his old self, and it's clear that some parts of him still remembers the pain of his upbringing. This adds another layer of complexity to their relationship because it's not just about Jin Young-soon trying to be a better mother, it's also about her trying to heal the wounds she's inflicted. As the drama heads towards its conclusion, Jin Young-soon reaches a point of acceptance. She accepts that she can't change the past, but she can change how she acts in the present. She focuses on making Kang-ho's life as happy and comfortable as possible, and in doing so, she finds a sense of peace. This is where Jin Young-soon's character comes full circle. She started off as this driven, somewhat obsessive mother who would do anything to see her son succeed, but by the end, she's let go of all those ambitions and embraced a simpler, more loving approach to motherhood. Her journey is one of growth and redemption. She goes from being a mother who's so focused on her son's future that she forgets about his present, to a mother who understands that the most important thing is to love her son for who he is and not for who she wants him to be. One of the most compelling aspects of Jin Young-soon's character is her relationship with Kang-ho. It's a relationship that's defined by both love and conflict. In the beginning, the relationship is strained, to say the least. Kang-ho resents his mother for the way she raised him, and Jin Young-soon doesn't understand why her son is so distant. There's this huge emotional gap between them, and it's painful to watch because you know that they both love each other, but they just don't know how to express it. After Kang-ho's accident, the relationship takes on a new dynamic. With Kang-ho regressed to a childlike state, Jin Young-soon has to become the mother she never was. She has to be patient, caring, and above all, loving. This is a huge shift to her, and it's not easy, but this is something she embraces wholeheartedly. As the show progresses, you see the relationship start to heal. It's not an overnight change. There are still moments of tension and misunderstanding, but there's also a lot of love and tenderness. The scenes where Jin Young-soon and Kang-ho bond over simple things like cooking together or going for walks are some of the most heartwarming in the drama. Jin Young-soon is a character that really resonates with the audience, especially for anyone who's had a complicated relationship with their parents. She's a reminder that love isn't always perfect or easy, but it's still love. Her story is one of redemption, but it's also a cautionary tale about the dangers of trying to control your children's lives too much. What makes Jin Young-soon so relatable is that she's not a perfect character. She makes mistakes, big ones, but she learns from them. Her journey is about growth and understanding, and that's something anyone can relate to. Whether you're a parent or a child, there's something in her story that will hit close to home. Her character also sparks a lot of discussions about what it means to be a good mother. Is it about providing for your child's future, or is it being there for them in the present? Is it about discipline and control, or is it about love and support? These are questions that the drama doesn't answer outright, but they're questions that Jin Young-soon's character makes you think about. Jin Young-soon is a character that stays with you long after the final credits roll. She's a complex, multifaceted character who's both deeply flawed and incredibly strong. Her journey from being a bad mother to a good mother is one filled with heartache, growth, and ultimately redemption. She's a reminder that it's never too late to change, and that even the most well-intentioned actions can have unintended consequences. But more than anything, she's a testament to the power of love, even when it's messy, complicated, and imperfect. In the end, she isn't just a character. She's a symbol of the struggles and triumphs that come with being a parent. She shows us that being a good mother isn't about being perfect. It's about being there for your child, loving them unconditionally, and always striving to be better. So guys, if you haven't watched The Good Bad Mother yet, I highly recommend it. Jin Young-soon's story is one that will make you laugh, cry, and maybe even see your old parents in a new light. And if you have watched it, then you know just how powerful her character really is. Thanks everyone for watching this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content like this. Also be sure to check out my other videos for more insight on other dramas and shows. Your support means a lot to me and it helps me grow this channel. If you have any thoughts, questions, or suggestions for future videos, please drop them in the comments down below. Again, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.